time to look into one another's faces and see communion. This house of laughter and silence, memory and hope is hallowed by our presence here today. Let us take this time for quiet reflection as we listen in silence to the prelude today, which will be by James Taylor, and it will be automated, recorded. Thank you, Aria. Words of welcome. This house is for the ingathering of nature and human nature. It is a house of friendships, a haven in trouble, an open room for the encouragement of our struggle. It is a house of freedom, guarding the dignity and worth of every person. It offers a platform for the free voice, for declaring both in times of security and danger, the full and undivided conflict of opinion. It is a house of truth-seeking, where scientists can encourage devotion to their quest, where mystics can abide in a community of searchers. It is a house of art, adorning its celebrations with melodies and handworks. It is a house of prophecy, outrunning times past and times present in visions of growth and progress. This house is a cradle for our dreams, the workshop of our common endeavor. May it be so. What a blessing. We'll now have the chalice lighting.
Good morning. We light this chalice for the light of truth. We light this chalice for the warmth of love. We light this chalice for the energy of action. We light this chalice for the harmony of peace.
I'm Kate, and I just wanted to say that we sort of had a rapid 90-degree turn from having a huge service with a potluck following because of COVID. So I think that what might not have been clear in the email that went out yesterday midday that said we were canceling the potluck. So I'm glad we've got some folks that are joining us on Zoom. So this is a relatively recent congregational covenant that we created. In this house, we covenant with one another. And if people could read along with me, that would be great. To create a community built on a foundation of love, to work together to promote equality, justice, and peace, accepting responsibility for our individual acts, to stand on the side of love, embracing the liberation of oppressed minorities, and to work to end discrimination and unjust privilege, to communicate with kindness and support, and to serve with compassion and commitment, to listen respectfully and value our diversity as a source of our collective strength, to learn and grow together, generously sharing our time, talent, and treasures, to celebrate the joys of discovery from the wonder of youth to the wisdom of age, to openly share our laughter and our tears, showing reverence for the divine in all that is. And now, hymn number 298, we'll sing Wake Now My Senses with Aria. Thank you. So this year brings with it lots of opportunities for thinking about the past, but also forging ahead. And so what we're going to do, Sandra, Kay, and I came up with some poems that we thought would be appropriate for the moment. And we'll invite anybody who happens to have a poem or a story or something like that to come up afterwards. But also what we want to do is give you an opportunity to talk to one another. So after we read this, if something sparks something in you, yes, or no, something that you want to share. What I'm hoping is, and I know there's a huge clump of people who know each other, but ideally you might mix and match a little bit so that you get perspective from other people. So we're going to do that at the end after our three poems that we'll talk a little bit about. So to start with, I'm going to read Don't Go Back to Sleep, and this is by Rumi. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the doorsill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. So I saw this and I thought, oh, that's the way to start a new year, is wake up. What strikes me is the breeze at dawn. How many people have actually felt the breeze at dawn? It's like you can imagine it, and you might know that it's really kind of a really subtle and soft, but you might not even notice it when it's happening. So the point is, of course, notice, partake. And then in the next line, it says what you really want, and not just want, but really want, and you need to ask and make it happen. So then, of course, you don't go back to sleep. Now, what started to get me a little confused is people are going back and forth across the doorsill where the two worlds touch. Now, maybe this is New Year's Day, the old year and the new year. We're still kind of in both right now. It could be sort of a life and death thing where the two worlds touch, somebody who's dying and is kind of got a foot in both sides. I don't know if you've got experience with being present with somebody who's on both sides. And then the next line, the door is round and open. The only image that I can make sense of is birth. So somebody's being born, the door is round and open and the baby comes out. So there's two sides also that it could be. But basically, keep your eyes open, feel that breeze in the morning, and don't go back to sleep.
So Henry David Thoreau is a favorite of mine. He's also a Unitarian. And he had this nice piece that is in your order of service, and I would love to share it with you. If one advances confidently in the direction of our ideas and endeavors to live the life which we have imagined, we will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. We will put some things behind. We will pass an invisible boundary. New, universal, and more liberal laws will begin to establish themselves around and within us. Or the old laws be expanded and interpreted in our favor in a more liberal sense, and we will live with the license of a higher order of beings. In proportion as we simplify our lives, the laws of the universe will appear less complex, and solitude will not be solitude, nor poverty, poverty, nor weakness, weakness. If you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. Now, put the foundations under them. So I thought that this was a wonderful idea, an expression of how a New Year's can be that new place where our dreams are big and our ideas matter, and for ourselves and for others, in order for us to have the way of putting some things behind us. We tried it, or we saw it, we observed it, and we didn't think that that really worked, wasn't a good fit, and that we pass that boundary to other experiences where we get to a place where we know, like Thoreau is telling us, that those things that are laws can either be newly done or expanded. And we have seen that in both the advance and in the reverse this last year. But 2023, of course, gives us this opportunity to advance. And so I really cared a lot about how he was saying, simplifying our lives is a way for us to be less complex and still be able to open up to our dreams and our dreams together, like in this church, what this church would like to do in our dreams for this congregation. And I really especially liked it that when we have our dreams and they are fully developed and we get it, then we look and say, oh, I think it's about time we put a foundation under them, so that we don't have to say, don't dream that if you can't do that. Go ahead and dream that, and then let's figure out how we can lift it up and support it and keep it solid. So I just loved what Thoreau said. Thank you.
Well, good morning again. Very interesting way that wanting what you want enough to go through that door is the same as taking your dreams and building a foundation. But those are both stories about what we can do in the new year and how we can be. What I brought to share is being aware of what we are being given, what we need to open our awareness to fully receive. So listen with that ear. I wrote this, but I didn't really write it. I received it, and you'll hear that in the reading. I am the love already with you. I am the one who waits for you to let go of needing to know, of needing to be sure. I am waiting. It doesn't matter which fork in the road you take. I am there before you, beside you, above you, below you, and within you. You are safe with me. I will never abandon you. I am good company. I will hold your fear with you until it melts into acceptance. I will not push you nor pull you. Whether you go forward or step back, I am beside you. You cannot lose my love or my attention. I will accompany you through anything. You are free to choose what will make you happy. We will have a good, full, and complete time together. It doesn't matter whether that time is long or short. You already know this. You already know me, the love that will not leave. But you sometimes forget to connect with me. You wander away into your fretting and fuming, determined to go it alone. You lose yourself. Then you remember. You come back, tired, and find that I am already here, waiting patiently for your return. Relax, unwind, surrender to love. Don't miss a moment of your precious being. And don't forget that you too are also here, the love already here for others. They are relying on you too, even if they, like you, don't trust it or sometimes forget. So let's celebrate this moment when you do remember me and see if we can walk together all the days of your life. Okay? So I hope when you partner with someone to share for a few minutes, maybe you'll talk a little bit about who is that Sandra was writing about. Who was that talking to Sandra? Do I know that voice? So we're going to just take some time now. We hope that you'll each find somebody to share with. Just your reflections, your thoughts, or what you would add to the question of what's guiding you into this new year. And we'll just give you maybe 5 or 6 minutes to do that, and then we'll come back and go on with the program.
Would anyone on Zoom like to take Sandra up on her offer?
That's a lovely idea. I was just thinking that.
Please model, Gary.
Well, what comes to mind actually is a reflection back to the reading from Thoreau in this context. And so many times when I hear that passage of Thoreau's read, it's read in the context of achieving something, getting something, accomplishing something, which may in fact be how he meant it. And I heard it completely differently today. And I thought about how really a core principle of my being and being in life is to connect with other people and connect other people with each other and connect with them. And that really is kind of what I think Sandra was talking about there. And it really put a new spin on the conflict I often feel between what I'm doing and what I'm supposed to be quote supposed to be.
Say something about Old Lang Syne.
So there it is. That's my thought.
I am seeing that Emma would like to share something.
Yes, I would like to talk
Thank you,
about
Gary.
Sandra's poem. Yeah, thank you, Gary. Sandra's poem spoke to me very deeply because right now our older son Judd has been struggling with his bipolar and depression, and his medicine that he had been taking just wasn't working. And he went. I feel great gratitude for Franklin Medical Center's mental illness unit, because they helped him get back on his track with new medication and therapy. And it was all about himself. It was all about getting in touch with his own love of himself, instead of fearing and that line about the fuming, fearing and fuming, and having the ability to meditate and walk and, come back into his own personhood, a person who loves himself and is also able to love the family around him, because he is now married and he has 2 children. And that's what spoke to me about having that voice inside you that helps come back into your well of well-being and the ability to go out in the world without being harried and put down by stresses and strains.
Probably not.
Thank you, Emma. Nan, I see you might like to share as well.
That's you.
Me?
Yeah, you can talk now.
Hi, I'm Nancy Lazinski, and I'm here with my daughter-in-law, Sally, who knows about computers and is very good to me. I live with her and my son, her husband, and so I'm settled in here. This is home now in Massachusetts. So I'm getting to know people, hopefully. And meanwhile, I'm being very well taken care of. But I was going to talk about Old Lang Syne. I was in a group called That Element, and we used to sing Old Lang Syne every New Year's Eve. We'd have a little party and hug each other and sing Old Lang Syne. And so last night, the 3 of us, my son, my daughter-in-law, and myself, sang Old Lang Syne.
Okay.
And it was bittersweet
The
because
folks on Zoom can
I'm 90
back,
years old,
uh,
and my friends were of a
to
like
the
age. and
center
they're all
with all
gone.
of us.
But
Nan,
I
I'm sorry. I'm
You're-
sorry. I'm sorry,
you're
Nan, to cut you
sharing?
off, but
Yeah, so-
Sandra's
I
starting
heard
the
the
service.
folks on Zoom chatting
Thank-
away, so I guess
Thank
a
you so
lot
much for sharing,
happened
Nan, and
there as
welcome.
well. We hope that was a nourishing opportunity for you as members of this congregation to be with each other in your hearts and minds and spirits. It's time now for our offertory. Those of you on Zoom can send us your blessings. Those who are here will take up an offering, which gives us an opportunity to exercise the generosity of spirit that supports all souls in its many ministries. And may we grow more generous in our hearts and our actions is essential to our spiritual well-being. So we'll now receive the morning offering. Yeah. And do we have music, Aria? Do we have music during? You're going to play something? Okay. What a blessing. Thank you. Thank you. Music is such a part of my ministry and my worship and my desire to be in this community. In the absence of our own choir, it's wonderful to have one show up for us. So whoever planned that, thank you very much. It's now time in our service for joys and sorrows. And Kate's going to bring the microphone around, and Kay is going to light candles. And anyone on Zoom who would like to be recognized to make an offering, we welcome your input. This is a time to just share what's on your heart, what you would like our community to hold with you. It's also a time we welcome newcomers to introduce themselves. So go ahead.
Kate, it's Sandra, Judd. All you last year, found her home. And we built elements of this first we home. And it feels great. Yes.
I think while we're waiting, I'll just say it's a joy to welcome Kay's whole family here, 2 sons and is it 2 or 3 grandchildren? Three grandchildren. It's wonderful to have you. And I understand from Kay that the relationship of this family goes back 4 generations in this church. So it's wonderful to feel your energy, your presence, blessing us.
I'll just say that I do hope that people can, this is sort of borders on announcement, but on January 15th, which is in 2 weeks, we will have a potluck, and our guests are they're not guests. Jennifer and Mel are moving to Texas. And so they've been a very big cornerstone of our congregation for several years. And we would love to have a good farewell party for them. So that'll be on the 15th. Any other?
Emma's trying to get the attention of somebody.
Yes.
Hi, I shared this a little bit with the poem exercise with other people, but our son Judd was suffering from and needed a change in medications and so forth. And we couldn't get help because the mental health system is so overloaded. But finally, we took him to Franklin Medical Center on Christmas Day, and he didn't have care right away. But once people returned from their day off, he had such help. And I want to express gratitude and joy that he got a new medication and new therapist and so forth in place for aftercare. And he's doing so well, and celebrated his birthday and New Year's with drumming with other friends that cannot drink alcohol. That's not his problem, but it interferes with his medicine. So I want to express that joy and gratitude and encourage other people to seek out the care there and other places in our community. We're so lucky to have these therapists and psychologists and psychiatrists that are really helpful. Thank you.
Got another one. Go ahead, Rob.
First of all, this is something that is classic example of having to go from plan A to plan B to plan C, but it's good that we're resilient and resourceful, and hopefully we found a way to at least adapt as best we can. I've lit many candles of concern and sorrow around my only child, and I'm absolutely grateful that this candle is for pure joy. She and her new, as of about 6 months, boyfriend went to Boston to be with some of my daughter's closest friends to spend New Year's Eve, and she woke up happy, which I know shouldn't be that extraordinary, but trust me, it's not at all the norm. And I went to sleep happy because when I couldn't understand what the lump was in my pillow, I turned around and put the light on and found an envelope with my daughter's handwriting that said, "To the absolute best dad in the whole world." That was certainly a nice way to go to sleep, and an even more beautiful message inside. I lastly want to light a candle for some friends who are in much harder times and who are struggling both psychologically and physically, and send my love and prayers to them.
Okay, and we have one more on Zoom from Christy. She says, "I'm on day 5 in bed with COVID. If folks can send healing vibes also to my brother and sister-in-law who also have it." We're sorry to hear that, and hopefully you will get better soon.
Well, I'd like to return the love that my family is there. 2 years is a real important time for us. We've always celebrated this home here. But then I have 2 favorite friends here too, Aria and Judd. I feel very blessed to be happy New Year.
If you join me in a prayer. Spirit of community in which we share and find strength and common purpose. We open our minds and hearts toward one another, holding the joys of a new home and all its nurturing of our souls, honoring of the generations that have been a part of this community that continue to hold us in their loving hands. The leavings of Jen and Mel, having been members of this community for many years, journeying off to Texas to a new adventure. We send them our loving care and blessing. We call on Spirit to care for all the medical needs, especially on a holiday when others are celebrating, that there are those who meet us and tend to our needs and give us that loving care we all so deeply need. And for all those who are in an ongoing healing process that has its ups and downs, that they can wake up happy and grateful for the best dad in the world is such a blessing. We just pray that our love through all of these channels and openings and calling forths will nurture all of us in this coming year. And for that, we are deeply grateful. And now we close this period with our prayer to friends. It's in the front of your hymnal. To this day I bring my life, born of hope, born of sun, yearning joy where health going to have a closing hymn, number 293 in the hymn book. O star of truth, O shining above clouds of doubt and fear, I ask of thee thy guidance, my pathway may appear. However long the journey, however hard it be, through isles that weary, need not follow thee. I know thy blessed radiance, through clouds of doubt and fear. I am creed and custom may point another way. For thou that untrod desert, or o'er the trackless sea, though I be low and weary, lean on our follow thee.
And so, our benediction. Reverend Theodore Parker, another favorite Unitarian of mine. Be ours a religion which, like sunshine, goes everywhere. Its temple, all spaces, its shrine and good heart, its creed, all truth, its ritual, words of love, its profession of faith and divine living. So be it.
Thank you, Aria, and thank you everyone for coming, and happy, happy, happy. Make it a happy. Go through that door. Make it a good new year. Bye-bye. I don't even know how to turn the light off.
Here's your lunch. Over here. Was this yours? It was. I think it was in the basket. Oh, here's the basket.
If you can hear me, farewell. All the best to everybody.
Okay. Thanks for everybody for coming. How's everybody doing? Yeah, we're on the laptop now. Actually, let me show people in the sanctuary where you are. Hold on. Okay. Well, we did have to do some quick running around this morning. Sorry about that. I'm sorry about the microphone thing too. We're about a week or two away from getting the real system installed, so we don't have to use remote controls and things like this. It'll all be on a console in front of us, and the audio right now, you know, the audio is next to the altar, and it causes problems and stuff like that. So anyway, everybody, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You're gonna have a brand new system.
Yeah, well, we're adding a second PTZ camera, and we're going to here, let me drag this down here.
Everybody's gone.
Huh?
Everybody's gone.
No, this is, they're up on the screen there.
Oh.
Yeah, we also projected, we were projecting it here. I gotta find my mouse. There's my mouse. Let me drag it back down here. So anyway.
So will the new system deal with music differently when it hears music?
Well, that was a mistake in Zoom. We didn't have original sound for musicians on. So there you go.
Hi, everybody. Hi,
Hey.
Carl.
Hi, Sandra.
Hey there. Hey, Gary. And
Tom,
Oh God, Gary, you're driving?
I just as the service ended, I got in my car to head off to a New Year's Day hike.
wow. Hi,
Hey,
Kate.
say hello to everybody.
hi, Sally.
Beautiful choice of poems, all three of you.
Yes.
Nan Lazinski.
Man.
Hi, Nan.
Hi.
And Sally.
Yes, hi, Sally. Thank you. We enjoyed the program.
Good. Thanks. Happy New
Yeah.
Year.
Yeah, it suddenly, you know, we were set it up to do breakout rooms for the poems, but then I realized, oh, instead of having the poems on photographs, I should have had them in the chat. It was too late to type all that out. But
That's okay. That's fine.
yeah, you sort of like a big 8-person breakout room. So, or 9-10 person breakout room. And so we had it all set for people to pair up and things like that. But
Also, I'm curious, did everybody see that the order of worship was actually attached to the link on Sunday morning? So you guys already have this stuff. If
I didn't even know that.
yeah, that's new.
Okay, we'll look for that.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant. So are the poems in there too?
I doubt it.
Uh-huh. But it's a great idea. And when people get used, they'll use it. And then, so are you saying, Dan, that with the new system, we'll be able to hear the sound without distorting, whether it's the singing?
Well, no, the distortion was because we didn't. No, the sound is not gonna. The soundboard will be back here, so we won't have things like the microphone is off and we can't tell it. But no, there's a thing in Zoom where Zoom, the second it hears music, it thinks it's feedback and it tries to cut it off.
Yeah.
So that was a Zoom thing. That wasn't a system thing, as far as I can tell.
Gotcha.
So there's that. Oh, I should turn this off on YouTube. If anybody's live on YouTube, thank you.